Hundreds of thousands of people in Pennsylvania receive mental health services every year.
And each year the state spends less on mental health. Alicia Richards has an in-depth look. Alicia.
So nearly 1 in 25 Americans is seriously mentally ill. It's quite a statistic, and there is a cost to society and to families for treating mentally ill citizens the way we do, which is to say, not well enough, according to the people you're about to meet.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, Demi Lovato, Ted Turner, famous people with mental illness. We recognize them. Do we recognize and help the mentally ill right in our own backyard?
When he is not stable, when he's not taking medication, we do not feel safe.
Ann Allen's son Jermaine was a happy, unusually bright child.
His real self is charming. He's the sweetest boy. He loves animals.
At 17, he was diagnosed as bipolar with psychosis. At 28, he is living on the streets of Cumberland County.
It's a tragedy. It's heartbreaking.
Ann's husband is retired Colonel Chuck Allen, a leadership professor at the Army War College. When Jermaine was living at home, they took precautions.
In the evenings, we would take to maybe locking our doors, making sure he's asleep before we go to bed, things like that.
Jermaine has punched out windows, doors, and walls. He tends not to take his medicine. The side effects feel worse to him than the manic or depressive episodes.
I am heartbroken that for my son, because he was such a happy, sweet child, and right now he's not happy.
He can't keep a job or housing or friends, and he cannot get the help he needs. There's virtually no long-term housing. The wait for a psychiatrist is at least 2 months.
Oh, I find it so sad.
Cumberland County Senator Pat Vance heads the Health and Welfare Committee. She's also an RN. The shortage of community psychiatrists is a major problem in Pennsylvania. She hears about it from parents like Jermaine's.
Despair. I mean, they're trying so hard to be good parents. They want to take care of their children.
Also in Pennsylvania, most communities don't have psychiatric ambulances.
If you know someone who's having a coronary, they're going to send the ambulance, and if you're having a mental health breakdown, they send the police and put on handcuffs.
Decades ago, psychiatric hospitals across the country started closing. Harrisburg's is gone. It now houses state offices. The only 2 hospitals left in the state that can handle those considered dangerous are in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, and the wait to get in, 7 months. So what happens?
It's not good public policy that the Secretary of Corrections is delivering more mental health services than any other one entity in the state.
Over the past 30 years, there has been a dramatic increase in the number of mentally ill Pennsylvanians in prison. Right now, they make up 24% of all inmates. Here at the Camp Hill prison alone, there are more than 3,000.
You send me an individual who's mentally ill and send them to prison because we know they're going to get the treatment they need, but they're going to come out the back end worse. Do you want that person moving next to you? I mean, enough already.
Some need to be in prison, but experts say most don't and could get healthy in a proper facility. But wouldn't that be more expensive?
So when you just talk about cost, I think that one could make the argument, assuming you can assure public safety, it's much cheaper to not incarcerate someone at the state level.
Vance agrees. She says pay now or pay later.
We can't afford not to, in my opinion. But this is somebody's life, and it can destroy whole families.
Families like the Allens. Jermaine has been in and out of the county prison. His parents pray things don't get worse.
He knows he's not doing well, but he doesn't seem to be able to find his way out of it.
Now, Jermaine's mom just told me he has now agreed to go to a psychiatrist, but the next time he can get an appointment with somebody who takes their insurance is September. In the meantime, if you or a loved one need help, this is a terrific website, NAMI.org. NAMI is National Alliance on Mental Illness, and the Cumberland County chapter has been very helpful for the Allens. And I just like Pat Vance's point. Senator Vance says, if someone has a heart attack, you get treatment right away.
Right.
If you're having a mental health breakdown, you may not get treatment for months, as you can see.
And there's a stigma attached to it. People don't want to talk about it. Why?
Well, there is. And you know, it used to be generations ago, we wouldn't say the word cancer. Now it's kind of mental health is in that category. We don't like to speak of it. We feel strange about it. If it's you or someone in your family, you kind of want to hide it. And I asked Jermaine's mom about it, and her theory is that sometimes people who are mentally ill and not doing well are not the most appealing people. They may be obnoxious, they may be dangerous, but her point is you can be treated, and that's what we need to do.